Welcome to your weekly dose of the Accountology Show. I'm your host and chartered accountant, Nicole Haig, with an insatiable curiosity for uncovering accounting ideas to help businesses grow. I have so many nuggets of gold to share. Are you ready to make your good business great? Let's get stuck right in. Hey, it's your hosts, Nicole Haig
and Alex Fulton.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Accountology Show. And today we're super excited to have someone who you may already know from the industry, Premilla Sharma, an exceptionally accomplished Harcourts business broker. With strong and effective negotiating skills, everyone can be rest assured that they've got Premilla in their corner when you are looking at selling your business. And we can find out a little bit more about Premilla's business journey on today's show. Are you a business owner struggling with profit, cash flow, or to find balance between work and life? At Nicole Haig & Associates, we want to help business owners just like you reclaim your freedom. Freedom to spend quality time with loved ones, freedom from stress, and freedom from financial burdens. But how do we do it? It's simple. We listen, we understand, and we create bespoke, structured programs tailored to your unique business and personal goals. With the right education, coaching, and expert advice, we'll show you how to increase profits, improve cash flow, and align your business and personal goals. Don't do it alone. Let NH plus A be your guide to success. Work smarter, not harder, with our proven accountability methods. Your freedom starts here. Contact us today. Thank you, Premilla, for joining us.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, and thank you, Nicole and Alex, for having me on your show today.
Well, we're very excited. We're very excited to hear about your business journey and how you got into business broking.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting story, actually. I was really at a crossroad in my life. I had extensive experience in the banking industry and in the commercial financial background, commercial finance area. And it came a time where I was starting a family, and I thought, well, I need to look for a change. I know that I love working with people. I love listening to their stories and love being on that journey with them, just trying to achieve a positive outcome, if they're looking for a change or seeking finance. So this job came up as a business broker for Harcourts Grenadier, and I thought, well, why not? I'll just apply for the job because I had the skills. I had the skills that I could transfer into a successful brand for myself. And after 21 years, I'm still here.
Well done. Was it a new role for Harcourts, or is this something that they like to have, a business broker?
It was a new role. They were setting up a business brokers team, and they were putting that team together, and then they started advertising. Yeah, so the team sort of grew from there. But I have been one of the original members of the business brokers team.
Nice. That's a great question, because when you think of Harcourts, you think residential or potentially commercial, real estate, as opposed to business, don't you?
That's right.
Yeah, like you say, Harcourts real estate, are you helping businesses get sold, or are you helping sell businesses? Or is that the same thing?
I think we're doing a bit of both, actually. We are there to help sell a business. We're there to help people sell a business. And that doesn't happen just in 5 minutes. There generally is quite a bit of planning involved. It depends on the time of the year when they're wanting to sell their business, because it's really important that they've got all their affairs in order. For example, making sure they've got their financial accounts available, for us to appraise the business and to feel that they understand where their current business is at as well.
That's really interesting, because when clients come to me and say, okay, I've had enough, or for whatever reason they want out and would like to sell, I generally say, well, it takes about 2 years to groom a business. But if you liken
I wouldn't think of that. I wouldn't think that's how long it takes, but I guess it does.
I guess if you liken it to a residential house, if you were to put that on the market, you could sell it today the way it is without grooming it and getting it ready, right? Or you could sell it with, you've got some systems and processes in place, and you've got your financial accounts looking, which you should have anyway, your financial accounts looking tip-top and in good condition, do you get many businesses that come along and you're like, oh my goodness, this is such a mess, how am I going to be able to get this together?
Or is that your job?
Well, that's my job. I mean, I've been doing it long enough now. It is quite sort of structural and systematic. So, we generally meet with the client. We understand, why they want to sell, when they intend to sell. And like as Nicole said, it doesn't happen overnight, but we spend time with the client. We sort of work out a plan, and I call it the information gathering time, where we're just gathering lots of information, and from there we're understanding the business, and we're also understanding the client's needs.
I'm just thinking about the situation of someone coming in and saying, I want to sell my business. Like, these are people that run this business. Like, do you have to kind of strip out their personal, like, when they come to you and say, I'd like to sell my business and this is what the business is, can it be quite different by the time you finish sort of dealing with them? What am I trying to say? Like, they have a different idea of what they want, like money-wise, and what they need to do. And then when you've finished with them, can it be quite different?
Are you referring to the financial accounts?
Or everything. Like, I know for myself, when I've got my own business, like I probably have one view of it, but then when you put it in front of someone who knows business as an industry, that they could have quite a different idea of what the business is, say, worth, or, you can get quite...
I think that's where your appraisal comes in, isn't it? And then it sort of gives them a reality check of where their business lies.
I think it's where the accountant sort of steps in, and what we will ask, from the accountant, we call it normalising the accounts. So it's also preparing the accounts for sale. So that also helps us to do our appraisal for the business. But otherwise, everything is pretty much straightforward. Yeah.
And what about you in terms of running your own business and understanding how a business runs? You obviously came from a banking background, so you had some financial knowledge anyway. But was that all quite new to you when you first got into, running your own business effectively?
No, not at all. Yeah. No. Actually, I felt really comfortable with it because I do have a good, strong financial background. So I understand how to read accounts. I understand how the banks sort of operate. I understand.
It's so key because I think
it is.
A lot of businesses who may understand the numbers, having their understanding of how the banks work as well is just
it is. It is really, really important because when we're talking to a buyer, we do ask that question. Have you able to organise your funds through the bank, and they're not sure how they go about it. We can certainly, I can certainly, steer them in the right direction. And I know what questions to ask too. So there are questions,
that's brilliant,
important questions to ask our clients, just to reassure the vendor too that we are dealing with someone that is, I wouldn't say the word genuine, but, is very much committed to buying this business. But we can certainly have done it on so many occasions, working with the mortgage broker and certainly steering our client in the right direction.
So, like with a real estate agent, you either get the listing or you've got a buyer. Is that the same with selling, or brokering a business? Are you on the side of the person selling the business, or are you on the side of the person wanting to buy a business?
Well, as a real estate agent, we're working for the vendor from the start. But there does come a time when we are working for the purchaser and for the vendor. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
What about a mentor or a business coach? Have you had anyone at all during your business journey?
Yeah, well, what I do know is that mentors are absolutely valuable. They offer advice based on their own experience and also helping you navigate and actually look forward. I was very fortunate. I don't have him anymore, but I had Gilbert Onoko. He was my mentor, and he was just like excellent all the way
And was
through.
he All Blacks as well?
Yes, he was. He
Yes.
was the working for the All Blacks, I think, at the time. So I was very fortunate. And I also, they keep you on your toes, and it's important to, remain open when you do have a mentor. Otherwise, if I don't have a mentor, which I don't have one right now, I also am inspired by listening to different podcasts, stories in leadership. I love listening to that. It's really, really important. It's like, going to the gym and lifting weights. Well, it's the same thing.
For your mind.
Mentally, good for my mind.
And shared information, I think,
yes,
as well, and shared
definitely.
experiences. Yeah. Do you do any mentoring?
No, I don't. Well, I do actually to a certain degree, because a lot of my clients who I've sold businesses to, they might say, "Oh, Prem, would you want to meet me for a coffee and
I was
have a
going to
chat?"
say, like, you've got the knowledge.
Yeah,
you're a
and I
wealth of
love, but
knowledge.
it's really important to me personally that we need to know that the business is going well, and I have got a lot of knowledge, and I love sharing that and encouraging people and listening to their stories. Yeah, so no, I do that. Yes.
Great.
What about staying motivated and inspired in your work? Because I'm sure there must be days where it becomes a little bit challenging, and then you've got the days where there's some amazing successes as well. How would you navigate, I guess, a challenging day, and what would keep you inspired?
Well, one thing that's really important to me is surrounding yourself with the best team.
The culture,
crucial.
Amazing.
Yeah, and even putting that down to the best accountant, the best business advisor. Again, I think this helps to elevate your goals, and it drives success, and also to your team members, the team members around you, and they actually often bring their own networks and connections, and generally really want to help you out. I just think that's really, really powerful. Like, if you're not having such a good day, or you can have a chat with them, or just meeting somebody for a coffee, and it could be one of those team members. I think it's absolutely crucial to surround yourself with really good people and a strong team. And you don't have to know everything in life. It's not important. You don't have to know everything. You can allow yourself to be vulnerable.
Curious.
Yeah, and curious, and ask the question.
That's a brilliant piece of advice.
Yeah, I think so. Two's better than one, isn't it?
But it's
That's right.
the person that you can sort of bounce off and go, this has happened to me today, and I'm feeling quite deflated by it, and they might go, well, you know what, I've been through exactly the same thing, and this is how I navigated it. And you walk away feeling, I've shared the load,
That's
I
right.
don't feel near as bad as what I did.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
It's really important. I'm a sole trader, work for myself, and I find that if I don't have people like that, I feel quite alone, and I can't sometimes see the wood for the trees, and you think that you're in this by yourself. So that's really important. I don't have people physically in the office, but having people I can pick the phone up to and talk to.
Oh, I totally understand that too. And sometimes a job can get lonely. So it's really good to know that you can just.
But it's the converse as well. The pat on the back. Do you have somebody to celebrate those little wins with? Harcourts are quite good.
Very good at that.
Respect, aren't they?
Yes. I mean, there's always someone there that you can talk to at Harcourts.
And celebrate your successes.
And celebrate your successes, and even celebrate, the not so successful days. But there's always someone that you can talk to and say, look, have you looked at it this way? Because sometimes you might be stuck on a particular angle that you're looking at it.
Need fresh eyes.
That model that you work within is actually really good, isn't it? Because you can be alone and do what you need to do and get the work done.
Are you running your own business essentially under the Harcourts umbrella, right?
Yes, we're self-employed.
Wow.
Yes, I am self-employed.
So what an asset to have.
But and then
all
you've
those
got
people.
exactly. But then you've got the wider Harcourts community that you can bounce off or communicate with. And, and feel like you're part of a community.
Totally. There's just a wealth of knowledge and experience, and you can certainly reach out and just ask anybody.
Are there
if
many
you've got a
jobs
question.
available in business broking?
Definitely. And we're always recruiting. We're looking for new business brokers. So, yes, if anyone wants to...
What's your
interested.
qualification? Not that I'm looking, but what's the qualifications?
Well, you'd need to do your real estate papers.
Right.
And that can get you into business broking.
Right.
Yes.
So just a normal real estate that
Yes, yeah.
for property?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right. You can decide whether you want to sell residential, you want to sell business, or you might want to do business and commercial. That's what I'm doing.
Right. Oh, you do buildings as well?
Yes,
so you
I
can
do.
Right, okay. And leasing as well as...
Yeah, I do. I also do a bit of leasing as well, but mainly business and
It kind of ties in with what you're doing, isn't it?
Because there's quite a bit of the time, the vendor owns the building and they might want to sell the business and the building together.
Goes hand in hand. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Healthy work-life style. I mean, that's... There's such a balance, isn't it, between, the amount of work that we need to do to continue the business and make it thrive, yet without sacrificing our personal lifestyle. How do you find managing that? Because real estate, for you, I guess because it's not residential property, it's not a 7-day job.
It is 7 days.
It is, okay,
yes.
and 24/7 because people
Yes.
after work will ring you and say, I've got this issue, blah, blah, blah. So,
That's right.
So you're on 24/7.
Yes, yeah.
do you balance that out?
But you've got to be sensible about these
Yeah.
things. I don't generally take calls,
you put some
after
boundaries in
9
place.
o'clock,
Yeah.
in the evening, and I try to work through all my emails, in that every day is clear, so that when I wake up in the morning, I don't think, oh gosh, I need to
What's
get back
the
to
first
that
thing
client.
you do when you wake up? I hope you don't check your emails.
No,
Maybe you do.
no, I don't actually. I'm getting back to the exercise. It's a top priority for me to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I'm generally down at the gym early in the morning,
Nice.
doing a circuit, or I'm down at the pool. But for me, it's absolutely essential, and it's non-negotiable for me to maintain a
that's
healthy
brilliant.
lifestyle. It's a discipline.
Yeah, it is. Because it's so easy to go, I'm too busy, I can't make it. I can't make it to the gym, or I can't
That's
make it
right.
to the pool, or I can't make it for a walk.
Yeah, it's a great way to start the day. And also to, maybe if you've got a good friend that you can
An
sort of join the
accountability
gym. Yes,
buddy, isn't
yeah,
it? Because you're going to
yeah.
let somebody down if you don't
Yeah,
turn up.
and it's quite fun to do it when
Yeah,
you've got a good
yeah.
friend that you need to go. You can go to the gym together, and you sort of do the high five afterwards. Say, "Yeah, we've done this.
Yeah, well done.
we can have the muffin."
Yeah.
And then you can fresh out the days, you've got that all sorted in your head.
Feeling
That's,
really confident.
that's another,
Yes.
avenue that you can sort of a non-work friend who you can bounce stuff off as well.
Yeah.
That might not be in the industry, but might give you a different perspective.
Yeah, totally. Yes, yeah,
And then coffee afterwards.
yeah. That's the one, a reward.
Yeah, it's a bit of a reward. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the industry? AI is just taking off, and it's exponentially taking off, and we're going to see some significant changes. Do you see it affecting your business?
No,
No,
not at all.
Right.
No.
There's that personal element that you can't replace.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't think having a bot to be able to tell you what the value of your business is.
Yeah.
No, it would be too complex. It just wouldn't happen. And there's too many other critical factors that
too many
you've got to take
variables.
into consideration when you are actually appraising a business. But no, there's nothing like the face-to-face meeting, the personal touch as well. And also the other thing I wanted to stress with that too is that, if anyone wants to talk to us in a confidential way, we treat confidentially really highly. So
I suppose it's really important because it's probably quite intimidating, or it's such a big deal to think about selling your business.
There's probably usually a story that goes with it, isn't there? So you've got
always
that
a
human
story.
element.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, there's always a story. Yeah, sometimes people think, oh, well, they're selling because the business isn't going too well.
Yeah.
But, generally there's an emotional story.
Yeah.
And, when you're in business, you've got to be feeling like you're in top form, highly energized, and they can
wear you down after a
wear you
while?
down. Yeah, absolutely.
And time for fresh blood to come in. So are most of your businesses listed on your website that are for sale, or are there some that are private? Maybe I don't know how you sell a secret.
We do have confidential listings, but they're also on our website.
Yes.
But we also have like pocket listings as well, where the vendor has authorised us to sell their business, but they don't want to
publicly
advertise.
So is that what
business.
pocket means? I mean, I've heard that on Selling Sunset, so, highbrow.
Yes.
But is that what it means?
Yes.
It means that you've got the listing, but you don't advertise it?
Yes, well, we're well aware that they might say to you, well, look, if you know of anyone who's looking for this particular a business of this type or in this particular location, and because we're talking to people every day.
That makes me tired just thinking about it.
Talking to people every day, you just don't know. Well, someone might just give you the brief and say, this is what we're looking for. So
equally, people do ring you and say, hey, Premilla, I'm thinking about buying a business. Have you got anything?
Yes.
Could they be quite generic and go, actually, I have no idea what type of industry I want, but maybe here's my budget?
They can do that, and it takes us a while to work with that client because
it's too broad.
It is too broad, yes, and we also look at their skill base as well, because that's something that needs to be taken into consideration from the bank's point of view. I mean, not only do they look at your affordability, but they also look at your skill base too. What are you bringing to the business?
Yes.
And the same with landlords as well. They can also ask, what experience have you had? What are you going to be bringing to the business? Because they want to make sure that the business continues to be successful, and that the incoming tenant can afford to pay the rent.
Yes.
And how do you get paid? Is it like a real estate agent? Do you get a commission?
Yes, we just get paid just on commission. The vendor pays us our commission once we've sold the business, once it's gone unconditional.
Wow.
That journey, you could be on quite a long journey.
Very long journey. Very intense and a very long journey.
And, and probably get quite a connection with these people, like it's...
You do. You go down a really long road with these clients, and yes, they can become, very good friends.
Yeah.
And also, too, it's quite a defining moment in their life.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
That they can move on with their business, release themselves from the lease, and... Life-changing, yeah.
Right, well, that brings us near to the end, so let's have some quick fire questions. Okay, are you ready, Premilla?
Yes, I am. I think I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best piece of advice that you've been given when it comes to business?
I think understand your financial accounts and the systems that support your business.
I would like that.
I come across a lot of, not a lot, but, owner-operators who don't understand their financials and maybe the direction of where the business is going. Yes, yeah. And it's okay to say that you don't understand. That's what you pay, your accountant for, or that's why you choose your accountant in the first place, that you've got a good relationship where you can ask those so-called stupid questions that you think are stupid, but they're not.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Because if you're thinking it, generally somebody else the same question.
That's right.
That's what I'm here for. Asking those stupid questions.
So definitely, and understanding the systems that definitely support your business, like how to extract information. Because generally, I would ask, well, what's your top seller? How do you know how many items are you selling? So, look, it's somewhere in here. Just not sure how to get into it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and yet they're paying the subscription for the system, but not fully aware of how to access it. Yes.
What about your accounting software, Xero or another accounting package?
Well, I don't use an accounting software package, but again, a lot of my vendors, they love Xero.
Yeah.
They love Xero, and it's, designed to make their business a lot easier. I mean, even when we're talking about, a profit and loss, look, I can actually give you the latest Xero.
I don't need to go to the accountant.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so
we know how to do that.
Yeah, we know how to do that one. So, so that works really well. I've just seen that flourish. Yeah, it works really well for
It's an amazing
vendors.
What about a go-to business app?
Yeah, look, I don't actually use a go-to business app at all. I use very little business apps.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
I think everyone sort of uses different things. Like, that's why I quite like this question because, you know, you can find out some apps that you never
knew
heard
about.
of. Yeah, never.
Yes.
Or just that you do it in another way. Like,
And I think the other thing we've got to be careful of is that we don't all get attached to the shiny new
Yes.
app or bling bling, whatever
and
it
like
might
you
be.
say, only be using a small amount of it.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Not-
that's what
not
I
to its full-
find.
Full potential.
Yeah.
That's right.
What about, do you have an annual either business or personal budget?
Yes, I do. Yes,
yep, so you
and
know.
that's along with Harcourts as well. You know, they will sit down with us at the beginning of each financial year, and they will talk about our personal goal, our personal budget.
Yes.
But yes, no, you do. It's really important because, like I said, we are self-employed,
Yep.
and we've got, you know, expenses as well
You
to
still need
run
to
our
put food on the
business.
table.
Yeah, that's right. yeah. So we do.
And those
It is
coffees
important.
after the gym
That's
session.
right. Yeah.
Okay, now if you were given 10,000 New Zealand tax-free dollars right now, what would you spend it on?
Well, I would love to go on a retreat.
What sort of retreat?
What do you answer?
Yeah, just to find time to recharge
Yeah.
and rediscover and just take a mindfulness break.
I think that we really underestimate that. And I think in this
Well, I like that
fast-paced
it's for
society-
you. You know,
Yeah.
it's not you're not doing it for your family but this is something for you. So you obviously value that sort of side of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I like that answer.
You'd probably come along too.
Yeah, we would join you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Premilla, for coming on the show today and imparting all of your knowledge and your business journey and
So
challenges.
interesting.
So fascinating.
I don't know anything about business brokering, seriously.
But it would be so good to get in to find out a little bit more about, you know, if you had a business, what
Yes.
you'd need to get your business ready to be able to get it to you.
Yes.
That would be another great session. What I think has shone through today is your empathy and your authentic, and I think that anyone that's in your hands,
They'd be in good hands.
Good hands,
Yeah.
well looked after. They're not
Thank
they're not a
you.
number.
I'd sell my
No.
business through.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
I
so
don't know if it'd be any
lovely. Oh, that's really nice.
You are well known in the industry. I think everyone, when they think of business broking, your name seems to come up the most.
That's
So-
good to hear. Hope it just keeps
think
continuing
so.
tracking that way.
Well, I
yes.
think as long as you continue being your authentic self, it
Yeah.
really is shining through in your business as well.
Oh, thank you,
So
Nicole.
thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure listeners would have taken a lot of really good nuggets of gold.
Yeah, thank you.
And so if they do need to get in contact...
Yes, please.
Sorry.
That was my next
She's
bit.
one step ahead.
Yeah. So, yes, if the listeners do need to contact you and
Yes.
they've got a business for sale or they're looking at purchasing a business, how do they contact you?
Yeah, if they've got a business for sale and if they just want to I'm just thinking about it at this stage, by all means.
Can they come and talk to you? Even
yeah,
if it's
totally.
just a little idea percolating away?
Yes, most definitely. And like I said, all our conversations are held in strictest confidence. So, yeah, they can call me on my number 027 688 5964.
Great.
Or they could email me at premilla.sharma@naiharcourts.co.nz.
We're going to add that to the show notes as well.
Oh,
so,
great.
If
Thank
anyone
you.
has missed that, then they can go straight to the show notes. And website as well? Just the
Yes, just the Harcourts website.
brilliant.
Even if you just type in my name,
Yeah.
it'll come up with Harcourts Grenadier
Great. We'll add that
website.
to the show notes.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us on the Accountology Show. If you have enjoyed today's show, you're in luck because we'll be back next week. You'll find past episodes at plainsfm.org.nz and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify to never miss an episode. We would love it if you would leave a 5-star review and tell a friend or business owner who would benefit from hearing our show. We also love hearing from you, so reach out with any comments or a topic you'd like covered, and even suggestions for whom we should get in the studio next for an interview. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Our handle is NH Plus Associates, that's NHPLUS Associates, or email me, nicole@nh-a.co.nz. But most importantly, thank you for taking the time to listen to the show. Until next time, keep building that business into the empire it absolutely deserves to be.